now is the time for growth. Be for all inclusive.
It's our time as employees, it's our time as diverse industry.
It's our time, the work's there, we need to get the people there to get the work.
Maybe the best time in our lifetime to organize.
I mean, this is our time right now. What are we going to do to make the future better?
SMART is engaging with the world like never before, raising our public profile, reaching out to new members, and demanding safer rail and transit systems, leading the way on inclusion, staffing up mega projects, and supporting public policies that help working families. This truly is our time to get busy and build a better future for all of us.
A lot of job opportunities, and we're making a lot of good changes with inclusion and diversity and equity in our shops.
We have a chance to grow our organization like we've never grown before, not in my lifetime anyways, and we really need to seize that opportunity. And that's going to take all of us. And together we can do that. We can make that change in our organization.
Along with new federal infrastructure investments in the United States and Canada, the term mega project has emerged, referring to the billions of dollars pouring into factories, chip plants, battery plants, infrastructure, and more all over North America.
Everything from traditional ductwork to architectural work to clean rooms to industrial work, a lot of new markets.
There's a chip plant going upstate New York, there's a chip plant going in Ohio. That is going to be incredibly long, that project. They're actually going to have to build a town around this. That's how big it's going to be. So just to give you an example, we're one craft there. We need 700 more sheet metal workers to do that job alone. 700 more.
They've announced 3 battery plants in southern Ontario, so those are all huge mega projects. Windsor right now is doing the Gordie Howe Bridge, which was already going, so that's a huge one.
We have a hospital project at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. They're just doing the dirt work now, but it's a possible $2 to $6 billion project. And then the data centers, Google and Facebook, and they just keep going and going and going.
Every month we've been breaking records on the amount of hours we're bringing into the local.
We've got roughly 37 miles worth of ductwork we're putting in the building. We're also responsible for handling the dehumidification unit and air handling units throughout the building, or actually the entire project. It's a sheet metal worker's dream, to be quite honest with you.
It really is our time to take all the initiatives, all the projects that we've been building on over the past few years, and really make our future better.
This is our moment. This is our time to make a change, a fundamental generational change in our organization.
These mega projects also present great opportunities for smart locals to organize like no other time in our modern history.
Within the council, we've recruited about 800 new folks where we've been able to send to the areas where they've had a lot of work.
All around, it's been a very successful effort, from the organizing, planning, and implementing our strategy to the workers getting on site and doing the work.
We saw for a period of time where fatalities were trending downward. And then here about 5, 6, 7 years ago, the railroads made a big push for higher profits, made further cuts to their base operations, and not surprisingly, we saw fatalities start to climb.
We can't afford to forget about our conductors and our bus drivers who are under attack. We need to have safer bus system for our drivers, conductors on the rail. We need a safer environment.
I'm a 5th generation railroader. My father lost his foot working for the railroad. My great-great-grandfather was killed working for the railroad. My grandfather was involved in accidents that injured him. So it's very personal for me, and we have to do something about it.
Throughout the COVID pandemic, transportation workers were truly essential to keeping our economies moving. In recent years, however, far too many rail and transit employers have left a trail of broken promises, wrecked lives, assaults on employees, and preventable accidents. Most notable was the derailment and horrific chemical spill and fire in East Palestine, Ohio in February of this year.
It put a toxic, dark black mushroom cloud over the city. It evacuated almost 2,000 people from their homes. It has left them permanently affected, not just their own health, but the values of their homes as well.
And the environmental threats that are going to live in that community for a long time, for their drinking water and the land where their animals are, their families are, all the dust that was put through there that's more than likely contaminated. And yeah, how do you live with that? That it's unimaginable.
It doesn't have to be this way. These are avoidable if we just push for safety, rail safety. It's important for our members. It's important for the communities.
Transportation systems impact everyone, and evidence of neglect continues to grow. Longer and longer trains are a growing hazard to both workers and local communities. Parked trains block roads, disrupt neighborhoods, endanger school children, and delay first responders.
If you have these longer trains, you got another 5,000 feet behind it. You got another 5,000 because that train's 16,000 feet long. And the railroads, we carry a lot of bad stuff. I mean, people probably don't even want to know what we carry. So it's disturbing.
Doing what's right for SMART members has always been our guiding light, no matter how great the challenge. Through perseverance, grit, and conviction, our voices are being heard. Together, we are raising our union's profile through programs like Heavy Metal Summer and gaining ground through major legislative wins, such as reversing state right-to-work laws and mandating two-person crews.
Basically went on a media frenzy to put a lot of pressure on these state representatives. And a lot of them knew I was doing that. They didn't like it, but it did pass. It did pass.
We've passed legislation for two-person crew in 10 states now. There's law or regulation. 3 of them in the last couple of months. Minnesota yesterday, Ohio, and Kansas a couple of weeks back.
The biggest part of the retention is making sure that our members feel safe, feel wanted, and feel like they're part of our community. That's how we retain membership. And that's what we need to do.
The face of North America is changing, and so is SMART. We're reaching out and bringing in diverse communities of workers, determined to be an inclusive union that reflects the people and communities we serve.
We're the people that work in the community, and we're the people that live in the community. And we reflect that, and we want to reflect that, and we should reflect that.
Any invitation that we get from a community that is underrepresented, we go there and we just recruit 100%. It's important that future apprentices see themselves in that apprenticeship.
Recruitment and retention has always been important to me. As I've gone almost 32 years in the industry, I've seen our industry change, I've seen our industry grow. And the opportunity for more people now it's utmost important now.
We're going to need everybody, no matter what, male, female, transgender, white, black, purple, it doesn't matter.
And I think that Local 30 is very well at that. We don't discriminate against anybody. Our doors are all open.
The younger guys and girls that are coming in, they embrace differences in everybody. They don't see color, they don't see gender.
What we want to do as a women's committee, or any of these committees, right, is to allow people to be human, allow people to stand up for what they need.
All the different strategies, diversity inclusion strategies, the Be For All, the Recruitment and Retention Council, the sisters, everything that we're doing, we're not only doing it because it's the right thing to do. The next generation of workers are going to demand that we do it. This isn't just a bumper sticker, Be For All. It's not just a retention and recruitment, that's not just a thing. That's who we have to be.
We as a whole are going to change this organization, and we are going to see this to the finish line. We are going to be inclusive. We are going to accept all our members. We're going to protect our members. We're going to respect our members. We're going to respect each other. And that's what this organization is going to do.
This is our time to roll up our sleeves and take full advantage of the opportunities in front of us. Our time to protect our brothers and sisters in transportation. Our time to continue building a more diverse and welcoming union. Yes, brothers and sisters, get ready. This is our time.
I don't know a better example of this being our time than, the opportunities here, and we're capitalizing the best that we can.
We can't forfeit this opportunity, because if we do, we may not ever get it again.
This is our time to do good things for the membership and make a safer workplace for all.
We cannot miss this opportunity. We must all get ready, be ready, mobilize, organize, and continue to educate the future of our workforce.
This is our time for diversity, equity, inclusion, because we are doing the work. We are getting there, and we're not going to stop.
It's the time we go to work and make our international bigger and better and badder. So, badder as in boom.
This is our time. Let's do it.